Hi, I'm Chas, and you're watching Chas's Crazy Creations.
Come with me on a trip to Washington, D.C. My friend Nicole's brother, Eric Martino, is the Chief Operating Officer at Think Food Group. He shared a few of their restaurants with us, including Minibar. The food was amazing, and the entertainment was great as well. I had never been to Washington, D.C. before, so this was an exciting trip. And on our first day, we did a little bit of touring. We passed the FBI bureau, and it happened to be an important police weekend, so it was fun to see all the decorated officers. It was an amazing day in the city, and I really have to say the architecture is just incredible, and the history is just humbling. When we got there, all of the flags had just been lowered to half staff. This was to remember the 1 million people that have lost their lives to COVID. Our first stop was the archives, where we were able to see the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. I was astounded to find out that admission to most of these museums, exhibits, and monuments is entirely free. We walked past the Capital One Arena, and we went into the Portrait Gallery. Even inside, the architecture and the design are quite amazing. The Portrait Gallery had lots of portraits that were created out of different mediums, and there were several that I was very familiar with and got very excited to see. I couldn't even begin to possibly show you everything that was amazing there. After this, we stopped for lunch at Beefsteak, which is an amazing healthy restaurant, and I was so excited to try their famous beet burger. My friend is graduating from George Washington University with her PhD, so we swung into there for a little bit and then continued on our way, where we were able to see the Capitol from a distance and some other famous sites. This is our first approach to the George Washington Monument. And as I went across the sites, there was a standing joke that I kept looking again and again and saying, oh wait, there's another better picture, or oh, now this is a good view too. So my friends love having fun with me, saying, hey Chas, do you think you need another view of this one? The view on top of the hill where the George Washington Monument is outstanding. You can see many of the monuments from there alone. Next, we would work our way down to the World War II Memorial and the Lincoln Memorial. The World War II Memorial is absolutely breathtaking, and every state is represented between one coast to another. Across the other end of the memorial, there are a ton of stars and a little fountain. Here is where many people bring their flowers to lay. And here's a look back from where we had come from at the Washington Memorial. As we walked past the reflecting pool, you could see several baby ducks. And now we were working our way over to the Lincoln Memorial. I love how you can see the Washington Monument's reflection in the reflecting pool. I'm always reminded to always look up whenever you're in a building because the architecture everywhere around is absolutely outstanding. The quotes are amazing to take time to read, and I couldn't believe how big Abraham Lincoln was. I had heard this before, but he was absolutely huge. Next, we worked our way to the Vietnam Memorial. Before walking all the way down, I reached out to my family and asked which names of people they would like us to find for them. The reflection on these walls was quite outstanding. I was able to take photos and send home pictures of friends of my mom and dad's. Here's my friend Nicole. We were being silly as always. And we were about done here and took a break for dinner and then came back to see the lights in the evening. I have to say that if you can do both the daytime and the nighttime, it is 100% worth it. And again, it's all free. We came back that evening with my friend Nicole's regalia for her PhD, and we took some photos. We were able to stand where Martin Luther King Jr. stood and look out, and you could see the Capitol and all of the monuments lit up, which was amazing. Here's my friend Nicole in her outfit, and this is a shot of her and her brother. And then, of course, we got one of us as well. Next was graduation day, and we celebrated first with her professors and getting into her honor society, as well as a small ceremony with her college first.
Maria Nicole Martino.
After her behavioral science graduation, which was the second ceremony of the day, we had a small reception. When that was completed, we headed over to the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, where you move mountains. Another opportunity to see this one lit up in the evening. I was not able to see this one in the daylight, but I feel this was very powerful to see this in the evening all lit up. My daughter said this was one of her favorite memorials when she went on her trip in 8th grade with her school. Many of his famous quotes and speeches were written along the walls, so we were sure to read those along the way. Now, we didn't make it up close to this one, but we were able to see the Thomas Jefferson Memorial in the distance, which was a beautiful sight in the lights as well. We were also able to walk up and get a nice evening look at the White House. On our last day there, we cut across a beautiful courtyard on our way to the Smithsonian Museum. Inside the museum, we were able to catch a glimpse of the Hope Diamond, as well as many of the other sites on all the floors. And once again, check out the amazing architecture. We were able to also see the dinosaur bones and the aquatic exhibits and everything this museum had to offer before we needed to head out for the day. Upon leaving, the big ceremony for George Washington University for the whole school was taking place outside in 80-degree weather. We decided to watch it from afar, but we were able to hear her theme song for her school. Later that day, we went to Eric and Catherine's house to celebrate with their family and have pizzas in his homemade pizza stone oven. We had a great time. On this trip, I was with friends. My friend Pat Robinson, who is the president of NP Energy that purifies water and cleans out nuclear power plants. Eric Martino, Chief Operating Officer of Jose Andres Think Food Group. Eric and his wife, Catherine, have founded and are CEOs of their program called Martino Fit. And my friend, Dr. Nicole Martino, is the Assistant Professor for the Department of Health and Rehabilitation Sciences, Division of Occupational Therapy Education at UNMC. It was an amazing trip, and I had such a great time. And I hope this inspires you to go to Washington, D.C. and have some fun of your own. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel and my blog at chascrazycreations.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.